Yes, we have to go us podcast. I got a special guest in the building. I call him Jake, but his name is Jacob Burow, like the quarterback. Probably family if you look it up, but I think he only has one R in his name, so might be a misspelling. But as you can tell by the shirt, he Jake Smooth or Jake Cool, same thing. Check the background. So without further ado, please introduce yourself, young fella. Let them know who you are and what you got going on.
All right, I'm Jake Burow. I'm from Wisconsin, West Bend, Wisconsin, probably about a half an hour out of Milwaukee, and I go to a school in Heartland, Lake Country Lutheran.
Stay stable in your chair. Stay stable in your chair because
Right.
we don't need you to fall on the show. There you go. Finish what you're saying.
And I go to a school, Lake Country Lutheran.
Private school, public school?
Private school, about 400 kids, kind of a small
400 kids. Oh, you got a nice size school, man. High school, 400 kids, all boys?
No, boys and girls.
So you're in a nice small school.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you something. This is one of our guys. I call him an ancillary guy because he did everything for our team. He was the glue. Like I did a bunch of videos of other young guys that came out of Phenom America camp. He's one of the young guys that was on the Nuggets. And I did a video. Did you see the video what I did about all of you guys from Phenom?
Yeah, I saw that.
Video? How you felt about the video?
Oh, I loved it. That was sweet.
You thought it was accurate?
Oh, yeah.
Accurate, yeah. I thought you guys played amazing to me because I've coached a lot of situations. I'm pretty sure you've been in a lot of situations in camp. And I never seen guys play together that fast, so quick that they didn't probably even know each other's name. You know what I mean? But it was like a universal language where all you guys knew how to play for each other and play smart. I thought that was very impressive. You know, how was your experience at Phenom America? How do you feel about that camp, the team, and everything that went involved? And how did you hear about it?
Yeah, so I heard about it from this guy, Mr. Williams, Mello Williams. I was at an AAU tournament in Iowa, and he saw me playing a couple games. He's like, man, like, you could play college ball. Like, I need you to come out to this Phenom camp. It's in California. I'm like, hey, California? I'm from Wisconsin, so that's completely different. I love it out there. And so he's like, hey, here's an invite. And that's how I heard of it. And my experience is like, I loved it. Like, our team, we glued together so well. I mean, as soon as we didn't lose a game. Like, we just had that mentality of coming together.
Yes. Let me tell you something. So you experienced the same thing I did. I was saying to myself, this is impressive because we had a few guys. I think maybe the first game was the only game where guys really didn't know each other. But
right.
I think, you know, once you got it became contagious how everybody played. I think there's one or two guys that was like, I don't know if I'm be able to survive in this environment because some guys is used to being the main thing. You know, some people come from places where they're the whole thing. You feel what I'm saying to you? So with that group, I just saw guys moving the ball, passing the ball, and different things. So for me, it was very impressive. So now the overall Phenom camp, that was your first year?
First year, yep.
I can tell you, Mr. Williams, whoever he is, he's definitely doing a lot for Phenom America because you're the second kid that actually, and y'all was in two different states. And I think the other kid prior to your video, right before your video, the guy Ian, he spoke about the same guy I think you spoke about that invited him to the camp. And so he no talent when he see it. That's one thing for sure. And you were one of the guys to me, never complained, never did anything. And I think you and I clicked from the first moment we met. He was like, yo, bro. And I was like, yo, this young fella, he already have the energy. He showed me a lot of love and a lot of respect. So coaches, he's one of those guys that has the light on him. He comes there. He's already ready to work. You could tell the guy is happy to be there. He loved it. You could tell the energy that Jacob came with. I was like, man, this kid right here, he gonna contribute. He gonna do something. I felt that just from the way you approached the game. And I thought, continue having that mindset when you approach. Like, I am here to work. I am here to do whatever it takes. That's why I say you was a guy to me. Even in the video, I spoke about, you know, you just was like, yeah, whatever we in. And anybody I told you to guard, you was like, I got him. You feel me? And you jump right on him. And you put the pressure on him. From point guard to forwards to bigs, you did it all. So I think you're going into your junior year, which I was impressed just to know that you're only going into your junior year. So you was a sophomore last year. So that means you got 2 full seasons before you get the opportunity to really start playing at college. But let me ask you this. With your wildest dream, and if you can live your wildest dream, what university would you like to play at?
Ooh, university. I got to go. Blue and gold, man. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Yeah.
So now, Notre Dame, did you see the video of the kid, Elijah Morgan?
Yeah. He walked on, correct?
He walked on. He
Yeah.
walked on. So I want us to, because we're gonna build our own group of people that we have relationships with. You know, from this point on, we're gonna do some more things. Yeah. So he walked on. So you saw the whole video with him talking about those things.
Yeah.
How did you think about the video? How you felt about him as a young player? Because he's only about 6 feet.
Yeah. I mean, that's impressive to be that size and to do like the things he did and just to be a walk on a Notre Dame at that size. That's just mentality. That's crazy. I respect that.
And one of the most important parts of his story was wearing the label of a walk on and not allowing it.
Right.
Because think about it. If somebody say you're a walk on, they get to treat you that way. And how long do you allow yourself to not let that bother you and keep performing? I think that's a certain level of resilience that most of us don't. You know what I'm saying? Think about it.
Yeah.
You're a walk on, and then people treat you like a walk on, and then they don't let So for the first 2 weeks, he wasn't a part of it, and that fate would have it, because it must have been in his destiny, right, for him to play college ball. 2 guys got hurt and 1 guy left, and then he became. So just think if he wouldn't have put himself in that environment, if he wouldn't even give himself a shot. Because I had a college for him called Rose College right there in Memphis, Tennessee, an NAIA school. He could have went there and been a star, but he believed in himself. So that should be a testament to you and an understanding to you that it's going to be mental. You got to be mentally tough. And then just to think in his story before it was all said and done, he went to play against Notre Dame and was the high scorer. So imagine being the walk-on, right? A walk-on getting, garbage time, as we would call it, to look, and still hanging in there 2 straight years. So just think about it, 2 straight years, and then eventually turning into a real dream, and then come back. It was good enough it was you get playing time. North Carolina, these is big schools, and then come back and beat the team that you walked on.
Yeah.
That part of the story I didn't even know. I was like, man, y'all played together? He said, my coach set it up. And I guess Notre Dame thought they was going to win because the Citadel,
Yeah.
And they lost. And he was the player of the week after that. So just goes to show you, believing in yourself was a big part of that. So now, Phenom Camp, you say you had a great time. The city that you live in, tell us a little more about it.
Yeah. So I live in a pretty small town. So there's a school where it's closest to me is Slinger High School. So I go to a school that's a half an hour away from me in Heartland. I chose to go to like a private school there, but my city, kind of like big basketball town. Like they come out to all the games, so they're big supporters, and I go to a lot of those games. It's just an awesome basketball atmosphere.
Let me tell you something. There was a kid that came out of Milwaukee one time called Trey Jefferson. I forgot. I don't know how far he went. He played college. Just look up. I think his name is Trey Jefferson. I wouldn't believe he couldn't have been no more than about that. Is that his name?
I don't know.
Look him up. When I'm telling you this guy was super amazing and I'm talking about fantastic out of Milwaukee. I believe it was Milwaukee. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. But I think it was Milwaukee. But he was one of the most amazing young basketball players I've ever seen. I think he played at Texas, one of those schools in Texas. So I know Milwaukee makes some dogs coming out of here. So now, you didn't make the all-star team. You kept the right attitude. I told you when they asked me who I think should be on the team, I gave them everybody's name. And they came back to me and said, yo, you voted your whole team. I said, why wouldn't I? I said, everybody play like an all-star in every different game and everybody play for each other. So now you didn't make the all-star team, but I made my own team called the all-dog star team, right? I figure all y'all guys are dogs. All y'all guys play hard. All y'all guys, of course, we couldn't put the whole team on the team. So at least 4 of our guys made it. I think we had the most players on the all-star teams out of all of the teams, deservingly so, because everybody play hard and play so smart, So now, Notre Dame, you like their basketball program?
Yeah. I love.
So how you get affiliated with that? What makes you think Notre Dame? Most people don't say Notre Dame basketball, the Fighting Irish. Tell me what's your affiliation with Notre Dame or your love for it? Give it to me.
Yeah. So kind of 2 things. So I've always admired like Pat Connaughton. Now he's on the Bucks. We win in it this year, but Pat Connaughton, his work ethic, and so I like what he did at Notre Dame, bringing him to the Elite 8, and then also my brother goes to Notre Dame. He doesn't play sports, but he goes there, so that'd be sweet if I could go to the same college as him.
How old is your brother?
He's a freshman this year at Notre Dame.
Oh, so y'all pretty close.
Yep.
You're close. So now this love for basketball, where do you pick it up? And who's your favorite basketball player from anywhere, college, whatever level?
Yeah. I pick it up, I mean, from my parents. They pushed me into basketball ever since I was little. And I've kind of just always had the passion to just be the best I possibly can, just like work at it. And then I've kind of developed this goal of I really want to play. I'd play basketball in any 50 states. Doesn't have to be Notre Dame. I'd play anywhere, all 50 states, if I can just get on a roster and play and hoop. And I would say that that's where the passion is from. And my favorite player, like I said, Pat Connaughton. And then I also like Giannis. His work ethic it's unbelievable. You can't outwork him.
Can't be denied. I mean, that's his motto too. You're not going to outwork me. I mean, Will Smith, the great actor Will Smith, he said coming into the Hollywood, he knew that people would never see him as an actor. But what he realized was I'm gonna outwork everybody on their role. So when I get to the role, I'm gonna know everybody's role and my role at the highest level. Matter of fact, I don't know if you know his background. He studied, just think about it. Just knowing your roles is enough. Trust me. If you're talking about dialogue, right? Just knowing your dialogue and what you should say. He studied everybody's role, and they used to stop the cut sometimes and say, Will, could you stop moving your lips? Because he's basically saying their role as they said, and then he said his role. So not only did he master his role, he knew your role to the T, and he's almost like reading your role while you're saying your words, and the people are like, yo, let me say my role. Stop, mimicking what I'm saying. So my point to you is outwork each other, right? So you're going to always have to be a person come in the building and show coach, man, I'm this guy or that guy, right? So I'm the guy that's like those guys or this guy. And you got to come in there and then be better than all those guys, right? So you're going to come in and look, I don't got to know who you are. Well, first thing I'm going to judge you on is your attitude and your effort. Number one, you had that. You had a perfect attitude when I met you. Just was a young fella, bubbly, ready to get the camp started. Then you showed how serious you can be when the game was on. So I thought that was impressive outside of having a great personality. The attitude to play hard, the attitude to play D, making the next pass and all. So for me, I think you're the perfect guy to help any school in the near future. So let me ask you this. What do you think is your strongest part of your game? And let me know what part of your game you really, truly know you need to work on in order to be able to live this college dream, if it's possible or the opportunity falls in your lap.
Yeah, I would say
in your lap.
Yeah. So my biggest strength, I would say, is just being able to kind of adapt to positions. Like you probably saw it. Like I could play 1 through 4, sometimes 5 if the size is right. But like 1 through 4, I'll do it. Like I'll stay on the court because I can play defense, and I'll stay on the court because I can produce on offense. And then I would say my weakness is probably going too fast because I always just want to get downhill, go, go, go. But sometimes you need to pull it back, read your options, and I've been working on that.
Pace. That's the word you want to use. You want to play at a certain place, a smart place, right? So now, how did your team do last year?
For my high school basketball team?
Yes.
Yeah, so we got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, but I was injured through that time, so I didn't really get to play most of the season. But I'm completely good now. I played all AAU season.
You're hungry for this season.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
All right, so now, can you take anything from what we did this summer and implement it with your team this year?
100%. 100%. I would say the thing that I can implement the most going to that Phenom camp was like I was able to see all that talent. I was able to play against that talent. And kind of just being able to work with that talent and bring that to college, because everyone's going to be that level when I'm in college.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm going to be able to just kind of work with that. You know what I'm saying?
Good. So I was telling most of the young guys, take this part right here and tell your team, we got to play hard, we got to play smart, and we got to play for each other. This is what I would say my mantra for this point now with the team that we had in the summer, because I never saw anybody play hard, play smart, and play for each other, all of the players. So for me as a coach, I kind of now are going to find out what guy is not going to be a part of that. You see what I'm saying? Because I've seen it. Now, I've never seen it before. Now that I know it's possible, I almost feel confident to say, hold up, brother, you're not playing for us. You're not playing with us. You're not playing smart. You're not playing hard. Because I've never seen a situation where as a coach, I didn't have to have a lot of schemes because I didn't have to fix a lot to solve a lot. Because even like, just I told people, for the first 2 quarters, everybody was in the dogfight with us. But by that third quarter, us moving the ball, us playing defense committed,
we wore out
every team, right?
Yeah.
And you was always like my guy. You was like, yo, coach, we coming. We're going to get him. We're going to get him now, coach. This is the quarter right here. So you was almost, me and you already had a relationship from day one, just even from the eye contact. We was like, yo, we're going to roll. So that's what I'm saying. Bring that next year. Say, listen, I played with a Phenom team in the summer, and we beat every team because we played hard, we played smart, and we played for each other. Because we had one guy that was a little off. He kind of wanted to do his thing, and I pulled him to the side. I said, bro, even as a player, and I got to get in touch with the kid. I said, as a player, what did you just see for you to try to take 5 guys? He couldn't answer. So I said, listen, the smartest players or the best players, they see it the fastest, think it the fastest, and do it the fastest. So now, did you hear what I just said?
Yep.
See it, think it, do it. So seeing it is understanding it. So that's why I could put the question that way. What did you see? Because you couldn't have seen 5 guys. You saw the move you wanted to make. You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Because if you see, because he was the only guy. You remember, he was at the beginning. He kept trying to take people. I say, whoa, we don't need one guy to try to take 5 guys. Not what everybody we got. So he finally got it. Because he was like, yo, I'm at a Phenom camp. I need to get mine. I'm like, no. You need to see what you have around you, and you will get yours. You see what I'm saying? That's why if a player played with LeBron James, right? He probably got 30 games until LeBron James realized he don't see it, think it the fastest. He don't make basketball decisions quick enough for what we're trying to do. That's why I say with LeBron James, he's smart enough to see the whole thing, and he can look at you and say, oh, no, this guy, he's not going to be able to make adjustments quick enough for us because we trying to make a play. So that's where your strength is, and I'm glad you realize that. The ability to adjust. I tell people, if you can't adjust in a world like this, you're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. Why? Because it's never going to be what you want it to be. It's never going to be how you like it. The guy that's able to adjust without complaints, right? I mean, one time they changed a lot at my job. You know what the first thing they said to me? Embrace the change. So what they tell me, do you want your job or not? Embrace the change.
Yep.
So that's the guy you are. You're able to embrace the change quick enough. Some people never get it. Some people never get it. So here's my next question to you. You know what you bring to the table, right? You know what you bring to the table.
Correct.
Can you bring that against anybody on the planet?
100%. 100%.
That's how you got to see it.
That's how
Yeah. But it's a real question, though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get starstruck. Huh?
I got an example for you.
Please.
So at the Phenom camp, I walked in, I saw that huge line. I said, like, yeah, that guy's 6'8". And that guy's got a lot of offers, but hey, I'm still gonna bring my 100%. See what happens.
That's it. What your 100% is looking like. Because think about it. God has given us enough examples of guys that's not gonna let anything stop them from being themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at Jose Alvarado. I got a picture with him. Me and him is what and what. I got a picture on my phone. I can send it to you. What is his mindset? He got to be the shortest guy in the NBA. He brings what he brings every time. He know what he brings when he step on that court. I'm going to bring 94 feet of defense. I'm going to hit open jump shots. I'm going to take charges. I can do that against anybody, anywhere on this planet. So that's what I'm saying. Know what you bring every time you step on the court and then start to do something at the highest level because there's going to be a role for everybody. And one of the greatest roles, which you already know, is playing great defense and being aggressive defensively, but smart, right? Because we, once again, play hard, play smart. Because even if you're playing hard and you're playing dumb, you're fouling out. You're playing hard, but you ain't helping us because you're fouling out. You're not making adjustments that you need. You playing too fast, like you spoke of, right? So we still need to play smart at the end of the day. That's why I say when you play with those great players, at some point, everybody could dunk, everybody could shoot, everybody. Now, can we make what? Adjustments that's going to be necessary to get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now a few more questions about you. So now, you say your favorite player is Giannis. What do you take from Giannis' game? What do you see what makes him special?
What makes him special is just his work ethic, 100% his work ethic. Like he'll just come in the gym. He'll be the first one in the gym, last one in the gym. That's just so admirable to me. It's just like he just continues just to be a threat every single year. And he was not, when he was picked into the NBA, he was not supposed to be this amazing like no one even knew his name. He was from Greece. Like
it took us forever to say his name. Some of us still, we just go with Greek freak.
Some people still can't say his name.
That's right. So let me ask you this. And this is a question that college coaches want to know. Give me an example of you dealing with adversity on the court as well as off the court. And you learn more about yourself.
Yeah. So on the court, I'll tell you last year, so I always try to have really good relationships with my coaches because I feel like that's just huge. Always communicating with your coaches, always just like having a great talks with them. So I didn't understand a concept that we were learning in our AAU season. So I just couldn't get it. Like didn't make sense to me. So I put in the time, I put in the work. I went to my coach and I said, hey, I don't get it. I don't know like what I'm doing. And we talked it over, we handled it, and then we got through it. That's what I would say.
Now give me a situation off the court. And some adversity.
Yeah. So last year in my high school season, we had some chemistry issues, and like going to the playoffs, that's like never good, right? So I always try to force my situations like WWJD, like what would Jesus do in this situation? How would they handle this? And so I prayed about it, and ultimately our teammate, we got through it, and we did get knocked out first round, but we're a better team now, and we're coming back next year.
How many seniors do you have?
So this year we're gonna have about 4 seniors.
That's not a good amount.
Yeah.
How many juniors?
3.
3. That's a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good amount. Mm-hmm. Can you describe a time when you took over the leadership role?
Yeah. During AAU season, I came in. So I was talking to my coach, and I was talking like, hey, I don't care. Like if I start, I don't care what happens. Like I just want to play. I just want to be a threat. And he's like, hey, yeah, man, that's huge. And I feel like that'll help a lot. And throughout the season went on, I was able to, so I got a lot more playing time. I got to start, and I was able to be in those huddles and be like talking to the kids like, hey, this guy's going to do this. And some kids like didn't know our plays because they were on injury. So they came back, and I was like, hey, this is our plays. This is what we're doing. Like, you're going to be here. I'm going to do this. You're going to get the ball up. Yeah.
That's excellent. That's very excellent. Let me tell you, that's a beautiful thing when you can help some people, especially when they don't know, because you help the coaches cut that time in half. And it's nothing like being on the court and not knowing what's going on. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, Yeah. So now, do you have a problem with going to junior college or going to an NAIA? Because there's 3 different levels of junior college. It's Division I junior college, 2 and 3, and an NAIA school. So let me ask you this. How are you in your academics?
So I got a collective GPA of 3.85, and last year I had a 3.9. So
let me ask you this: ACT, SAT, you took it yet?
I have not taken it yet. I've taken the pre-ACT and got a 24 though.
All right, so 24, 28. So now the NAIA schools, 28. If you could get that 28 and 30, you solidify. We can help you they'll find a package for you, right? So if you get that 28 or 30, 24 is nice. 26 is better. but 28 is there.
All right.
You'll find you some money. We'll find, like you said, we'll find you some money. We'll be able to find you some money. So now, if you do get all of this together, got 2 years to get it all together, right? So let me ask you this: what would you study in school? What major?
So I've been bouncing between a couple, but I think I've lowered it down to business. I would major in, and then my minor would be sports business because I just want to be surrounded by the game my whole life.
Yeah. No, but listen, trust me. How long you been playing basketball? At what age you started?
3, 4.
Wow, you started super early. So this is a big part of your life. So definitely.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. They got a lot of programs online where there's so many different jobs in the NBA. Everybody just only think coaches, players, and so on. So they got so many jobs. So what I would recommend you to get is get into analytics. That's where the money is going to be in the near future. So the NBA analytics. You know what analytics are? As far as NBA, got an idea?
Yeah, like looking at the numbers, right?
It's all numbers. It's all numbers. And let me give you an example of analytics. Analytics is something like this. Let's put who's that guy you say you like?
Pat Connaughton.
Hatton, right? Right. So let's say in analytics, they take 100% of his last 100 possessions, right? And they give a number: turnover, jump shot, blah, 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 blah. Then it gets this next 100, then the next 100. So now collectively, we could make the difference between is he worth a new contract or not by all of his 100 different, all those different 100 possessions. That's analytics. Let me give you another idea what analytics are. Say it's me, you, and Giannis on the court. Our percentage of defense go up every time it's me, you, and Giannis. But our offense go down with you being the guy that scored the least out of us. Then there might be a guy that come off the bench where our offense and defense go up. Do you see? You might have to get what? Traded.
Yep.
So now, and I don't want to put it out there, but I'm just giving you a clear example of what analytics are. So let's just say we're going to use Derek White as an example. Remember Derek White came out of the blue, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he was on a team with Marcus Smart and all those guys. And I never looked at his analytics. I already knew what happened because they got rid of Marcus Smart because of analytics. Why? I can tell you now, probably him, Drew Holiday, the starting five. Let's go starting five. Because, they used to flip-flop between him, Marcus Smart, and Derek White. You get it?
Yep.
And I bet you the analytics got Marcus Smart out of the building.
Really?
One. Of course. Because think about it. Him, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. Because White played defense, Smart played defense. But I guarantee you his offense probably was a little higher. His percentage with him, Jaylen Brown, was higher. His percentage with Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday played with them 2 years or one?
Just one.
One. All right, so we can't use Drew Holiday. So you get my point? So when they kept using the probabilities of Derek White with blah, 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 Derek White with blah, 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 Marcus Smart with blah, 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 bye. Tradable. So those are analytics, those kind of numbers. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's how far the game has progressed. You know how the stat line, analytics would be adding something to that stat line. Percentage-wise, this jump, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for the interview, man. Is there any questions that you have for me?
Yeah. So, going on from here, what do you think I can improve on the most to get the college uniform?
Speed. Work on speed. And I'm not talking about speed like with the speed and conditioning, learning how to run fast. Because basketball players, to me, got to be fast with the ball. So you need to do wind sprints with the ball and work on your speed. Because, see, there's a college speed, there's a pro speed, then there's a high school speed, right? So in high school, you need to be moving as fast as a person that's in college. Now you stand out like a right?
Yeah.
They're like, wow, man, this guy's ready for that next level. Then in college, you're moving like a pro. And they'll be like, yo, we're going to pick him in the draft because he's moving at that pace. So for me, work on your athleticism and your speed. Because at the end of the day, you're a student athlete. Because you're smart with the ball, right? You're good with the ball. You make great decisions. But now, when they start doing running the lines, right? So say I got to rate you on a sprint. I'm going to rate you from, let's say, 1 to 5. 5 being the highest. And I keep getting your sprint at 3. Well, he's about a 3. You see?
Yeah.
It's time to show. Athleticism is a big part of this game now. So find somebody that can help you jump higher, somebody that can help you become faster, and you got to get a little more looser so that you can play defense on anybody low because you got the good footwork and you play tough. But what you want to do is really open up your hips so that you can get low and make people don't want to dribble on you. Short guys don't want to dribble. You know, the bigger guys definitely going to want to dribble on. So to me, athleticism would be the biggest part of your game. And of course, you got to be able to shoot today. Shooting is the equalizer. If you can shoot that ball, you can play with anybody, anywhere. So that's what be, to me, just get faster, get more athletic, and be able to defend by what? Get somebody to get you to stretch those hips, get loose with them hips, and get faster feet. Because why? They're going to have to pick fast guys on that line. And if they judge your sprint, like if it's 1 to 10, you keep getting 7 or 5. You see what I'm saying? You want to be in that high 8 and close to that. So you got to be fast. You got to be able to play this game fast. So as a student athlete, student going first means taking care of your books. And are you an athlete? You see what I'm saying? Because trust me, a lot of guys think they're going to Division III. The NAIA, they think it's going to be a walk in the park. No, it's not. They got some of the best players in the world at NAIA schools. And I'm going to tell you why some of them guys go to NAIA schools. Number one reason, because they're smart. They're already smart. And you don't think they're smart enough to know that I shouldn't go to a school that's ranked 600 compared to Emory that's ranked 16. And when I get my degree, these guys are smart. So you'll run into nothing but monsters in NAIA because they be like, all right, when my basketball life is over, my first job, I'm going to make $100,000. Why should I go to a low rank Division I school that I'm going to, the class is going to be a joke to me. And then when they look at my degree, it's like, oh, you went to a school ranked 600 compared to a school ranked in the top 100. You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So if you end up in an NAIA school, there's a plus. So don't look down at any small schools. NAIA schools are plus. Because when you walk out of there, they did the work. They got the reputation. You see what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So anybody that get to grow to an NAIA school and get a great academic package, and then when they're done, most of the people that you're going to meet that coming out of these NAIA schools go be the leaders and the politicians of the future. You get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So that's your alumni. Some of the smartest people in the world. So you could go to D1 if you want and go to a low D1. And if you go to a low D1 and you don't have what it takes to get to the pros, do like the guys that went to the NAIA. Because if it all ends senior year, only one of us going to have a great career or a stronger career. Now you got to keep playing. And you don't know what your body going to feel like after 4 years of college basketball. Think about it. At 22, which is still young, but you're going to have to play defense to keep that scholarship for 4 years. You heard what I said? You're going to have to be able to hit shots for 4 years. So that's a lot on the body.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you? So I tell kids, I turned down NAIA stuff because I ain't know nothing. I didn't know anything about playing NAIA. I grew up in the time was like, you go to Big East or play something at a big school. There's no such thing as, I didn't know it was over 300 different Division I schools, 300 different NAIA schools. And there's a whole plethora of junior colleges. You see what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So sometimes you only think you should go, oh, here, there. No, it's plenty of schools that take guys like you. You just got to have the right. That's why guys be so surprised that we get guys scholarships just from our program. So we're going to be throwing a camp, man. We definitely want you to come by and be a part of that. It's going to be at the end of the month, September 28th and 29th. We'll give you all the details. I'm working hard to get it done quick because I'm trying to make it happen before people's season start, So That's what my advice to you. Work on your speed with the ball. A lot of wind sprints with the ball. A lot of wind sprints. When we get offline, I give you a bunch of workouts and things you could do. But I don't want to, without further ado, I don't want to leave out your highlight, brother. Yeah. You got to give them a little bit of what you do, man. So let's just check out this highlight and we're going to close. Great teammate, Jim. See, now you take that down and dunk that. See what I'm saying? Your monster's the truck. He ain't steady nothing. Great passer, great teammate. Kid right there can pass that ball, man. Yeah, man. So you see, as you can see, man, he's a baller, man. He gets it done, man. So give him a sec. How tall are you? About 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3".
6'3". How much you weigh? You look like you're in good shape, man. Look like you've been in the gym, man. I see you kind of like you're a little wide, getting a little wider, get a little bigger. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3"? Trying 185.
Oh, yeah. That's a good size. That's a good size. So you got another growth spurt coming up. So hopefully you get that 6'5" and you'll be ready. Get that 6'5" and you'll be a 6'5" guard, wing that could guard everything, play tough through everything. You will be fine, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Burow.
Thank you.
That's my guy right there, man. Any last words, any parting words, anything you want to say, man? We got to say the last part. Go you, go me, go us. Anything you got to say, young fella?
I appreciate this so much.
Yeah, man. You deserve it, man. You deserve it, man. A good young player, really good young guy. And of course, we got a Go Me brand. I got it floating across the screen. Go Me stands for God over money and ego, because it's very important to put him first. And I know you got your spirituality in place, and I know that's very important to you. And tell your parents, man, you're a great young man. Let your coach see this interview. Send it out. Let people subscribe, and we're gonna continue to build. Go us, man. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you, young fella.
Thank you.
Well. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.